Hey, what is going on? It is Sunday, March 19th, 2022, and it is rainy outside. Uh, yep, uh, pretty rainy. Um, well, not, it's overcast at the very least. So, I'm here with another coding problem for you. It's called Evaluate the Bracket Pairs of a String. Okay, so. I like these string manipulation problems. They're always interesting. A lot of indexing here and there. So this is a medium problem. It looks like it's fairly new because it doesn't have too many upvotes and downvotes. I'm gonna upvote it. Why not? And let's see what the statement is. So you're given a string S that contains some bracket pairs with each pair containing a non-empty key. For example, in the string name is age, years old, there are two bracket pairs that contains the key name and age. So the bracket pairs are in name and age, and you know the values of a wide range of keys. This is represented by a 2D string array knowledge, where each knowledge indicates, knowledge of I indicates key of I, value of I indicates the key of I has a value of value I. You are tasked to evaluate all of the bracket pairs. When you evaluate the bracket pair that contains some key sub I, you will replace key sub I and the bracket pair with the key's corresponding value sub I. If you do not know the value of the key, you will replace the key sub I and the bracket pair with a question mark without quotation marks. Each key will appear most once in your knowledge. There will not be any nested brackets in S. Okay, that's good. And return the resulting string after evaluating all the bracket pairs. Okay, so this is basically a string replacement problem, and shouldn't be too bad, I think. Well, so there's probably a few ways of going about this. I'm feeling like I want to try to do, and remember what we're replacing it is, we have two parameters. We have this string and we have this knowledge array, right? And so what we're replacing here is anything this knowledge array, right? That's a list of lists. A list of lists in each sublist is a key value pair. Okay. It would be nice if this input parameter was a map, but it's not. It is a list, right? So I feel like I want to convert that to a map firstly for quick access. It says that there's only going to be one evaluation of the key per map, so there's probably per string. So there's probably not necessarily a need to do this conversion, but it's still fast because the string it could appear anywhere, right? So we want to be able to access that string within that substring key within the major string in an O of one time. Okay, so that's one thing. And then we need to reconstruct the string. So we access the key value pairs and we then reconstruct the string. So first thing I'm thinking is, again, I want to convert this to a hash map. So the map will look something like this. Knowledge map, because it's called knowledge. Interesting name, knowledge map. And we'll also have a result. So this is where I'm going to output my answer to. So first we do the conversion. We convert the list of strings to a hash map. So we iterate through each of the knowledges, and knowledge map dot put string get 0 string dot get 1. Okay, so in the knowledge map, we're just putting the value of the string in there. We're creating the key value association. The 0th element is the key. The first element is the 1th element is the value of each string in the knowledge map. Okay. Now, so I could go about this by doing iteration through each of the indexes and then looking for the rest of the string. That's probably the most straightforward way of doing this key replacement, so it's not super complicated. But I'm not a huge fan, though I know I have to get used to it. I'm not a huge fan of index problems because those always take me an inordinate amount of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually do a little trick here. Replace. You'll see what I'm doing in a second. Why did I do this? Right, this looks weird, right? So first I want to split the string into tokens, okay? But not just any token. So I take the string and I replace the parentheses by spaces. And that would split the string into tokens if I do the string split on the space. But I want to make sure that each of the items that I'm splitting is indeed a token. So if I have the original string, which is this guy here, and let's say I did a string replacement on this with just spaces, right? This would turn into name is age years old, and you might think, oh well, this is cool, now I can just do a string replacement from my map, right, whenever a token is detected. But the problem is that string replacement is going to it's going to treat everything as something that belongs in the map. And remember, the map defaults to this here, right? Question mark. So what it'll do something like this will be like Bob. I guess Bob. That replacement is it'll do this, right? To this, something like that, because it's looking for the string replacement with the space, right? So, and if it's not found in the map, the default is that. So what I thought might be a better idea, what I think is that instead of just a replacement for a token with a space, we do a replacement like this, and therefore it will detect, and we just look for whether the string is in the map or not, the key is in the map or not, okay? So we know that this is a key because of the dash, right? And we don't use the dash to do the map lookup, so then it will clearly change, it'll clearly only do the token lookup when we have the dash before the string. So 2 years old. Okay. All right. So let's continue on now. That hopefully makes sense. Okay. So now I'm going to iterate through, and you'll see where that logic comes into play here. Okay. If I is greater than 0, tokens of I are at 0 equals. Okay, so you'll see. So what am I doing here? Okay, so if we have a place where the token length is greater than 0, and I do this just in case there's just a space that's considered as part of the split, which often there is, and we want to ignore that empty string, right? If we find a token, this is in the case that we find an actual token, right? If we find a token, t equals token I dot replace Okay, so now I'm converting it to an actual thing where I can do a string lookup. And if knowledge map contains key T. Okay, T is, remember, T is the modified token, knowledge contains key T. And knowledge, not the get T. So now I'm appending the token, and if it's not contained, this is where I'm like going to the default. Now that's if we detect a token, and if we don't detect a token, well, what do we need to do? That's it. We just append the string without even doing a lookup. And then finally, turn result to string, because now we've finished constructing our string. And let's see, for list, of course. All right. Okay, that was accepted. And let's try running it. Cool. So that was accepted. And as you could see, I tried this a few iterations before, but this is just me going through the code again for this video. Not the super fastest, and a faster and more space efficient version would be looking through the string dynamically without using this separate string replacement, but I just wanted to try it this way and see how it worked, and there you go. Okay, if you like this video, like, subscribe, and do all that good stuff and help me out. And I will check you out later. And don't forget to leave a comment if you like.